the covenant path. So, what is required for a family to be exalted forever? We qualify for that privilege by making covenants with God, keeping those covenants, and receiving essential ordinances. On the covenant path,
Oh dear God, Travis Wayne Goodsell. Wow. Okay, well, I've been missing out on Fox 13 Utah because they've apparently been kicking butt on posting YouTube videos. And I missed one from the 26th of June. Oh my God. This is horrific. The Utah government had businesses sign up online to say that they were going to be pledging for this honor system on how to open up businesses safely. And then the government's not going to regulate it. It's an honor system. And they're putting the Utah Department of Health logo with it. Oh dear God. And they said it's to help Utahns feel safe. I can't believe they tried to pull this, and ABC4 News Utah never even talked about it. Oh dear God. Okay. So yeah, Fox 13 News is doing all the big stuff. I'm gonna have to add them to my daily routine of news checks. Oh my God. So, wow. They must be doing very well with the coronavirus coverage. But I mean, this is horrible. Oh man. We already have an increase into the red zone again because of schools opening up. What happened to that honor pledge to make parents feel safe about their kids who are now sick in the hospital? Oh man, this is just horrifying. I mean, this is how Utah abuses the Mormons. Now let me give you the backstory, because this was the intentional video I was going to do, but this leads right into it. Mormons do not like hearing anything negative about the church. And with the church, with their brainwashing tactic that they used in the temples, you know, to the temple pictures that the porn, wedding, latter days, likened to the bridegroom. See how I'm so symbolic? The covenants in the temple are threats to Mormons. You have to obey, or you must kill yourself. The thumb, still to this day, is in there as the knife by which you are supposed to slit your throat. And so, yeah, they can take it away. They don't do this anymore. But we still do this. The thumb outstretched. I can't. Lost the. With the thumb extended. There we go. The thumb is the knife that you're holding in your hand. It's from Freemasonry, guys. But, I mean, the law of obedience, women were supposed to obey their husbands. Women, husband. Polygamy was originally in there. Then you have the law of sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice. Where you're supposed to sacrifice your life if necessary in supporting and defending the Church of Jesus Christ. Then the law of the gospel. You can't criticize the brethren even if the criticism is correct. Oakes from his PBS article, which is banned in the UK if you post a clip of it. Or is it the Holland interview about Freemasonry? It could be both, I don't know. But and then you have the law of chastity, which, like I said, polygamy originally. Then the United States government came in and said, no more polygamy. Okay, fine. We'll do bigamy, but we'll put in our temples, because the Reed Smoot hearings exposed us in the temples. So we changed it legally and lawfully. There, are you happy? And so in 1978, when blacks get to go through the temple, well, the church had made a quid pro quo arrangement with the United States government to have the United States government drop the Edmunds-Tucker Act, which was the punishment that the United States gave to the church in regards to their practice of polygamy, which decimated the church, put them deep into debt, which Lorenzo Snow got the revelation from God to use protection money to get the church out of debt. Yay! And so then Nelson changed it back to polygamy again. And then he changed it again, but we don't know yet what it is, because we don't have regular sessions anymore. It's just the live sessions for people who are getting married or going through the temple. So it's a personal family thing now. So we have to wait for a family to leak it. And then you have the law of consecration. Everything. We own you. Okay. And so those threats cause Mormons to say, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about Fight Club. Temple Club. And yeah, Mormons are paranoid. What do we talk about in the temple? We can't talk about anything? Nothing. No. It's sacred. Not secret. And Mormons get scared, and then it carries on into our personal lives. We can't hear anything negative about the church. Oh no, we don't want to hear that the church is extortion and threats to kill ourselves. Oh, and then other things start cropping up. Oh, polygamy is part of the temple, but and black's part of the temple. But then the translation of the papyri comes out, and those are temple tax. Everything's temple related. And that's why the symbolism of my thumbnails and the porn pics, temple porn pics, are awesome. So I hope you guys are appreciating it. I'm seeing the numbers that are doing far better. I'm not seeing a breakout yet. I'm just seeing a good, healthy, strong first viewing. But Mormons will not hear anything negative if it's not what the church now calls faith promoting. That's why they purposely have the same scriptures every single year, every 4 years, for each of the 4 scriptures, standard works. They don't do one for the law of or the book of Abraham, or they sort of put it in with the Doctrine and Covenant, or the Bible with the creation story. But it's mostly Moses that they use rather than Abraham. And Abraham is actually more accurate than the revised version of the Bible. But nope, gotta censor what Mormons are allowed to read. This brainwashing campaign is going on for decades and is ingrained generation after generation after generation. And so finally with the internet, it all comes crumbling down, as Mormons can't help but see the truth about the church that they'd been questioning, but they weren't allowed to question, because if they dared speak up and ask the question, they'd be excommunicated, they'd be punished, they'd be shunned, they'd be condemned, and all those punishments that Mormons do. According to Helaman chapter 6, right there around, 21 to 25, around that area. And that's how terrorists work. That's how gangs work. The mafia works. This is a crime organization. They've got it down pat. They are the secret band of Gadianton, because that was based upon the Illuminati, founded by Johann Adam Weishaupt on 1st of May, 1776. And the symbols are there on the Salt Lake Temple, as I purposely show you with the wedding porn for the temple, and the Salt Lake Temple specifically at Temple Square. As the last days, Joseph Smith says, it will begin in my house because of the wickedness of the church. And it's not just the wickedness of members. You always have wickedness of members of whatever organization. It's when the leadership becomes corrupted. That's when destruction occurs. That's when ripeness for destruction occurs. That's King Noah, for example, and his priests. And so this is the tragedy of Mormonism. And the Utah government has taken advantage of it to make people feel safe. We're going to give them an outward appearance of, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people and to shun gay people. Morally straight. What do you think that meant? That's why the church left the Boy Scouts. At first they were threatening it with the allowance of gay scoutmasters and then gay scouts, and then the scandal of sexual predators of scoutmasters came up. The church, I think, was hoping to use the gay scoutmaster thing as the cover for it. Just pure evil that's going on. And so, yeah, the pedophilia of QAnon, looking in the wrong direction, guys. Over at Temple Square, go back. Quit deceiving people. Point out the real victims. Point out the real enemies of the nation. The real Illuminati as they were originally. So, yeah, don't fall for Q. But, yeah, that's the nightmare that we're facing, and that's why the government keeps pulling these kinds of stunts to make Mormons feel better, is because of this brainwashing that has occurred for decades. Faith promoting. We don't want to talk about the negative things about coronavirus. We want to be faith promoting. If we can keep the numbers down below 200, we can open up businesses. If we can keep the numbers down below 400, we can open up schools. And then the consequences always occur. And then they say, well, we've got a plan to fix this. Just like Trump. They're no different. It's the same strategy. They cause the problem. They then come in and say, we're the only ones who can fix it. And then they cause further problems. And again, the cycle of abuse continues over and over and over again. And Mormons don't catch on. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't the government just say that? Exactly. But those people who say, hey, wait a minute, get punished.